Hello everyone, myself Dr. Shubh Arora, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce from JIMS Greater Noida, will be teaching you the subject of advertising and brand management. In our previous lecture, that was lecture 1 for this subject, we had discussed about the introduction of advertising, in which we covered the meaning and definition of advertising, the nature, evolution and the functions of advertising. In our second lecture today, we'll be discussing about the role, criticism, social, economic and legal aspects of advertising. Let's first come up to the role of advertising. See, when we talk about the different roles of advertising, as you can see, there are 4 major roles of advertising which have been very nicely and very specifically defined. First is the marketing role, that says that through advertising, a brand or an organization can easily do the marketing of its products and services in a way so that the consumers are satisfied, right? Second is the communication role of advertising, which says that through ads, mass communication can be done. That means mass can be people in bulk, huge public can be reached, right? So that is the process of mass communication, which can be done with the platform or with the process of advertising, right? So first role was marketing. Advertising helps the organizations for doing the marketing of the products and services. Second, it helps the organizations in mass communication for whatever kinds of ads, any kinds of ads can be given, right? So every message which a company or an organization wants to convey to its target audience or the consumers lying in the market can be easily communicated with the help of advertising. Third is the economic role, because through advertising it helps and contributes in improving the standards of living of people, right? And the fourth is societal role. Through advertising, people get awareness, right, about new products or some changes, additional benefits, additional features in the already existing products. So knowledge about all these changes about the products, their usage, their benefits, additional features, new innovations, new strategies, new prices, any changes in the prices in the existing products, all this information can be easily given by the brand to the mass or to the consumers lying in the market. So this role of advertising makes it a societal role, right? So this is how the 4 roles are being played by the advertising: marketing role, communication role, economic role and the societal role. Next we move on to the next topic, that is, when we talk about the term advertising, there are certain criticisms. So let's see what are those criticisms. First is that advertising is not productive. See, when we talk about the term advertising, definitely it helps in promoting the products and services in the market. But some people say that it is not productive. But they mean that through advertising, no tangible goods are being produced, right? But all the productive work, it is very clearly said also that all the productive work need not necessarily results in producing tangible goods. So it is not necessary that every productive work will be shown or can be reflected only by some tangible output, right? So it is not necessary. So we can definitely justify the statements also, that is, advertising is not productive. Second is, advertising forces people to desire and buy articles which in fact are not within their means. See, they are saying that yes, it is very true that through advertising the interests in the minds of the buyers arises, right? So the buyers, even if they don't want, they get ready at times to purchase, right, that particular product. The need is aroused by seeing particular ads, right? So but on the contrary, through ads, no physical force is exerted on the customers. Through ads, only some things, some attractiveness, some catchiness is showed, which may, assuming that this ad may change the mind of the consumers. But it is not necessary that every consumer will be coming in this trap of advertisements, right? Third criticism for advertising is advertising of an established product does not make sense. See, advertising every product does not make sense because every product goes through different stages of product life cycle: introduction, growth, maturity and decline. So it is not necessary that ads should be given for every product going through different product life cycle stage, right? Fourth is the monopoly argument. They are saying that the main motive of giving the ads behind that, the main motive is to emphasize the brand name, right? So basically promoting the products and services and also hitting the minds of the customers with your brand, so that reminding again and again through your ads that you are hitting the mind of the customer with particularly your brand name, right? What you deal in, what you serve in the market, right? How it will be beneficial for the customers. So the best answer for this argument can be that in today's competitive world and market, survival of the fittest is there. The one who is able to advertise more, who is able to trap the more and more customers, is able to gain more and more sales and profits, can survive in the market very easily. Okay, next topic we'll be covering some of the aspects of advertising, in which the very first aspect is the social aspect. When we talk about the social aspect, let's see what are the some of the negative social aspects of advertising on our society. First is deception in advertising. What does this deception in advertising means? See, this deception in advertising means that definitely when some ads are given or some products are sold in the market, there is a some kind of relationship is built between buyers and sellers, right? And in order to maintain a good relationship between buyers and sellers, the ads which are shown should not be deceptive at all. That means ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. It should not be done by the seller or through your ads. Nothing, no such activity should be done which promises, or in ads you show something else, but in reality when a customer comes to buy your product or avail your service, the customer, what the customer is getting after paying that particular money or price is totally different. So that will be a deceptive ad or deceptive image in the mind of the customer. That should not be done. That will be a false activity on your part, and that will definitely put an effect or impact on the relationship between the seller and the buyers. Second, they are saying that second negative impact or negative social aspect of advertising is the subliminal advertising. What does this mean? See, when you show some catchy or capturing attractive ads, you are trying to basically trap or capture the minds of the consumers, right? This is the main intention behind these ads, right? So these ads are made in such a way that consumer doesn't knows that how my mind is getting trapped, how I am getting influenced by these ads. Consumer keeps on seeing the ads, and the result is that even if there is no need or requirement of that particular product, then also after looking at that ad, the consumer comes at a decision, that is the buying decision. Consumer is ready to spend money. Even at that point of time, consumer doesn't require that particular product. Still, that customer is ready to spend money because after looking the ads, the need has arisen, right? So that is what they are saying. All ads don't impress all customers, but on the contrary, we can also say that it is not necessary that each and every viewer who is going to see your ad will get attractive. But yes, you can assume that maximum of your target audience or your viewers can get attractive toward your ads. Now let's see the third social aspect of advertising, that is the effect on our value system. See, when we talk about this means that the advertisers use some endorsements through some celebrities and try to play emotionally or try to play with the emotions of the consumers, right? And consumers get trapped by looking the faces of the celebrities or their idols in the ads, right? These ads can make also poor people buy some products even if they can't afford, right? And it's like some people who even don't want or can get trapped to some bad habits like smoking, drinking, right? And so they start spending on these kinds of products even if they can't afford. So this is something putting a negative impact on the value system, right? Okay, now we can see some of the positive social aspects of advertising, like development of society and growth of technologies, right? Then it gives and generates employment. Then it gives choices to buyers who have some self-interest in that particular product. Then it helps in welcoming healthy competition. Through ads, healthy competition can be built and created in the market. Then these ads can improve the standard of living of people, because people get to know what latest or new or innovative has been introduced in the market. So I can leave this old technology. For example, if we talk about gadgets, phone, laptops, mobiles, right? So what do we do when something new is in the market? We try to make our mind leaving or selling the old version and going, if we get interested to go and buy the new one, right? Then it also gives information on social, economical and health issues. So through ads we can also give some information related to a society, related to our economy. Some health related ads are also given, right, in public interest. Okay, now we come to the legal aspects of advertising. So what are the legal aspects of advertising? The government in our country should always take care that no such ads should be given or flaunted which are against the bylaws and the regulations of the government. Like no such ads should be given which try to inculcate anti-national feelings amongst the public, or contain some misleading information about the product, or violate the government rules. Or ads should not be given which are against the regulations stated by the district, state or the central government, like drinks and driving should not mix, right? So products which are being sold, on those products the labeling should be done in such a way so that the measurements or the weight of that product is mentioned, the price of that product is mentioned, the manufacturing date, date of expiry, right? So all particular details which are important for a customer to be aware of should be clearly mentioned on the labeling of that particular product. So government should always take care about these legal aspects when the ads are given. Now let's talk about the economic aspects. When we talk about the economic aspects, it covers that they say that advertising is a very major industry and it contributes directly to the economy of our country, right? Because it creates jobs, right? By giving messages, it creates jobs, it creates employment opportunities in our country, and which is an addition to the economy of our country, right? But indirectly it is also stimulating the demand and provides information about other products and services. So in this way it covers the economic aspects of advertising. So students, in today's class we are finished with the second lecture of our unit 1, in which we have discussed about the 4 major roles of advertising, right? And then we discussed about the social, economic and legal aspects of advertising. Okay, so that's all from my side for this second lecture of unit 1 of the subject advertising and brand management. We'll be continuing the next topics in our following lectures. Till then, thank you.